bolts coming from those attack marines. Kraken bolts actually only does extra damage to heavy infantry. So heavy infantry are like tacticals, so they do assault marines, chaos space marines, there's quite a few other things, but scouts are infantry, so as you can see, armor type infantry, and where we look at tacticals, armor type heavy infantry, and you know, your commander is commander armor. They also matter, so let's look for example at this power fist. This does heavy melee damage. Now heavy melee damage does extra damage to heavy infantry and super heavy infantry, and it also does half damage to vehicles. So stuff that has heavy melee, that was a nice grenade spike there, stuff that has heavy melee is otherwise known as something that does soft AV, which means it can be used against vehicles. Power Fist also has an ability called Flesh Over Steel that does disable vehicles, as you can see there from the tooltip. And this Force Commander, while he has this Power Fist, also has this Plasma Pistol, so that Plasma Pistol will also be doing damage, and that'll be doing plasma damage. Plasma damage is good against things like heavy infantry, super heavy infantry, and super heavy infantry are stuff like Terminators, Ogryns are super heavy infantry, even an Avatar is super heavy infantry. And the reason there's stuff like an Avatar is super heavy infantry is because they want stuff like small arms fire to do damage to it, so they want plasma to do damage to it, they want melter to do damage to it, they want AV vehicles. And another thing that plays a part on what weapons do damage to stuff is the size of it. So for example, the size of these infantry etc is small, some things are tiny. Again, you can find all this information on Dawn of War 2 info, and things that are large. So say for example something like a las cannon. A las cannon does AV, and we think, yeah, that's an AV weapon, but the reason it does AV is because it actually has really low accuracy against small targets, and only has a big accuracy against large targets. So things like Terminators are large targets, Avatars are large targets, so they actually get damage. They're like, you know, Terminators and Avatars are super heavy infantry. They take damage, you know, if they were super heavy infantry and normal size, like small, they wouldn't take any damage from las cannons, but they are large, so they take 100% accuracy from las cannons. So las cannons can be used against stuff like Avatars and Terminators, etc., to do more damage to them. So it's really good to know what weapon type your squad has, and what damage that does to squad types and size types, and that's really important to work out how much damage that's going to do. So both Force Commanders have got Power Fists here. Bit of a battle raging here. We have a Librarian. He did do a Smite there, and then it kind of missed. You can find details of what damage Smite does again on Dawn of War 2 info, but I'll try and link all the pages I can. And might lose a model here on retreat. No. Ooh, very low Force Commander there. Is that Librarian going to take him down? He is low, 21 hit points. Looks like he's just going to get out though. So we've got an Iron Halo for Ultramarine, and we have Armour of the Alacrity for Pythonic. So that's going to increase his speed, but it's only going to increase his health by 100, whereas this this Iron Halo is going to give him the ability to absorb damage at the cost of his energy. So that's going to give him a lot more survivability in the battle. Another thing to note is when people level up, their health increases. Their health increases, their damage increases, and again, all the stats can be found on Dawn of War 2 info. So, for example, let me compare this Scout Squad. This is a vanilla Scout Squad with 3 members. It's level 1. This is a vanilla Scout Squad, which is level 2. So we've gone from 420 to 483 hit points. So those have leveled up to level 2, and they've got more hit points. So as you level up through the game, your characters, your squads, will get more health, they'll get more damage, and they'll be more useful in battle. So the more stuff you kill, so these are level 2, these tactical marines here, and Wow, losing model there, but so they're nearly level 3. Once they're level 3, they're going to be doing considerably more damage than a vanilla squad, so it's always good not to lose your squads. And just as I say that, we have a lovely little sync kill there from the Force Commander, caught him up with his Armour of the Architry, and gave him a power fist to the face and finished him off. And as you can see here, Pythonic, Ultramarine getting in cover there with these two scouts. He is in heavy cover. But here's an interesting one. These scouts are infiltrated. When you're infiltrated, you take 25% less range damage. So when you're infiltrated and partly revealed, you're going to take less damage from range as well. Nice bit of a smite there on these Assault Marines, taking down their health quite significantly before they got into battle. So they're going to start dropping models pretty quick. They do their Merciless Strike though. Unfortunately, Force Commander gets off a special attack there, doesn't take out a model. And Ultramarine's Force Commander goes down. These Assault Marines lose their Sergeant and the model from their squad. So it's pretty scrappy as this game at the moment. A lot of losses on both sides. No one really wanting to give up anything. And both guys pushing really, really hard. Looks like we're going to see another... We did see a Power Bash kind of unsuccessful down this side. Ultramarine is decapping here. And... these ASMs are going to come out not reinforced at all. They're coming to try and defend this Power Bash, but it could be quite dangerous for them. They're possibly going to lose quite a few models, and as you can see, they're already really low, and I think they're going to drop a model any second. There is Kraken Bolt's cap there, and the model does go down, and the last model gets out with 100 health. So this Power Bash is going to be completed. Assault Terminators dropped here for Ultramarine, and they teleport into the path of that Force Commander and finish him off. So they're going to do a ton of damage. Their standard attack, when they've got the hammers, they do 40 heavy melee heavy damage, so DPS per model. So that's an interesting one. So in their vanilla form, they are, or do a sorcerer per model, do 20 DPS to a vehicle. But Terminators are very, very slow. And as you can see, they're upgrading to Lightning Claws. When the Terminators upgrade to Lightning Claws, they change from power melee, so the heavy melee to power melee, and they do 70 DPS power melee, and they also drop 300 health per member in the squad, so they drop to 900 health points just by upgrading to those Lightning Claws. But Lightning Claws do significantly more damage, because power melee does more damage to super heavy infantry. Terminators are super heavy infantry, and so these Terminators are anti-infantry right now, and these Terminators are AV Terminators. So these Terminators with Lightning Claws are doing, I did the maths on this, they're actually doing 90 DPS per hit to these other Terminators, whereas these Terminators are doing the base 40 per hit. So melee heavy does 1 modifier to super heavy infantry, and power melee does, I think it's 1.3. So they're actually doing 90 DPS per model, so 90 damage per second per model to these other Terminators, and they're doing 40 in return. So these Terminators do have 300 less health each, but that significant difference in damage is what you will see is why these Terminators can completely own these other Terminators. Oh dear, those Assault Marines going down. And as you can see, Ultramarine is just trolling around with these Terminators and trying to take out squads. That Force Commander really low, does run out with his sprint ability. But Ultramarine's still got his Force Commander in, he is level 3, and these Terminators on Pythonic Spartans. And Pythonic loses a model first. So he's got 1400 hit points. He teleported out, but unfortunately did not stop, and this is where I kind of makes a mistake. Librarian's here. He's got the Oh, he's got a psychic hood there. He was upgrading to Tome Time. Didn't need to get out there. Would have upgraded at this point. Could have stuck that Tome of Time on the Terminators and could have basically got those Terminators out. I think he was trying to retreat the Librarian back and walk them out of there. But boom, down go his Assault Terminators. That's a big loss really, because they're 650 requisition, they're 100 power, and they're 350 red. So and there's a 5-minute cooldown as to when you can bring them in. So these Terminators have only got 900 hit points, so that is not great. And we have a Predator coming now, so a Predator is going to be really good against all this stuff. The only real AV that Pythonic Spartan had is now dead. Plasma doesn't do a great deal to vehicles, Librarian doesn't, so I guess that he has got the Power Fist, so the Power Fist is going to do a bit. It's going to do, what have we got here? 85 DPS power melee, and then whatever extra damage he gets for leveling up to level 3. And he's going to be able to stop that Predator as well. But that's about all he has. So Pythonic needs a bit more red. You do get red for killing things and generators, etc. And Pythonic goes for a Dreadnought. Force Commander left capping does get taken out. So unlike 2v2, no one's going to be able to resurrect you. If you go down, you're going to have to buy back, and it's going to cost you. The more you level up, the more it's going to cost you, but eventually that will, the longer you leave it, it will eventually roll back down to 250, it's going to cost you. So here we see a Predator. Predator is upgrading to the extra armor. Forces off these scouts. And very tentative at the moment. VP is very, very close here. A nice gate ability.